You can clear your mind. It's an obtainable skill that we can choose to learn, but for some reason we just choose not to. Have you ever had something that could change your life if you genuinely apply yourself to it? Something that can completely take the weight of the world off of your shoulders and make you feel a little less anxious about the little things, and then allow you to come attack the bigger things with a sense of acceptance in whatever choice you make? The answer to that question is most likely no. But what if I told you that that answer comes from a sense of victimization in your own mind? The victimization that stops you from seeing the good in every single day. The correct answer to that question is yes. I have the thing that can completely change my life at any given moment. I can sit down, acquire it, and then change my entire perspective of the day. The thing is that we just don't like to have this information for some reason. And it's seriously crazy to think about it, because if somebody gave you a drink full of all of the magic potions that you can ever think of, that you can ever conjure in your mind, if somebody gave this to you and said, this can fix any issue, anytime you're feeling anxious, anytime you're feeling nervous about things, anytime that you just want the weight of the world off of your shoulders. If they handed that bottle to you, we would drink it instantaneously. That's because it takes no effort to drink. It takes no effort to just be able to consume something and then change our lives with no work put in. But to actually work for something and actually apply yourself to change your life, that's where we draw the line for some reason. The answer to every single time you felt anxious and every single time you felt nervous and just wanted it to go away is simply meditation. And this isn't a self-improvement video. This is more of a journal. So I'm going to be completely honest with everybody. I struggle with meditation as well, because I know the things that meditation can do for me. I know the ways that it can benefit me, yet I somehow never get around to it. I always say that I have to do this at a different time, or I have to do this at night, or then I push that to the morning, and then I push that to the next day. But the truth is, I'm just too lazy to meditate right now. Am I lazy? Probably not, but am I lazy to meditate? Evidently, yes. I haven't put myself in a position to actually benefit myself, because I'm pushing past all of the things that could potentially take all of the worry and all of the anxious and all of the nervousness out of me. I take that away and I put it into something else, such as my phone, such as a show, such as anything else that could benefit me at the time. And this was a past version of myself. Now, I stopped the meditation and I put all of that energy into working, which you may think isn't a terrible thing. But to me, yes, it is. Because if I'm applying 90% of my day to work, I'm only applying 10% of the day to building myself. And that's kind of what I'm doing with these videos, just kind of releasing parts of my mind that I want to get rid of and uplift the parts of my mind that I want to expand. As a teenager, meditation is the best thing that you can possibly do. And honestly, as an adult, as a kid, as anything, meditation is going to benefit you in so many ways. Just taking time, setting aside the dopamine that we get from our phone, the dopamine that we get from reading books, any little thing that we do, set aside time to truly be inside of your own spirit. It's uncomfortable, and it always will be uncomfortable. We don't like to be by ourselves and think for ourselves, because when you're by yourself, you don't feel good, because you have thoughts that have been stuck inside the back of your mind that you haven't necessarily touched on, because it's uncomfortable to do that. In the back of your mind, you have certain feelings that will never truly go away, simply because you're not allowing them to go away. You're pushing them further into the back of your mind, and the further you push them, the harder they are to reach. And the harder they are to reach, the more they consume you. Because you're not getting rid of them, you're just letting it linger there and let it marinate inside of your thoughts and letting it breach through on occasion in simple conversation. I can tell you firsthand that it's really difficult to sometimes just be by myself without a phone, without a book, without anything, because I don't like the way that my mind thinks sometimes. But it only thinks like that truthfully because I've been suppressing certain things. But because of the fact that I can't do anything without a distraction, I'm not really touching on the thoughts in the back of my head. And since I'm not doing that, being alone at night just by myself, just like thinking with myself, becomes so much more difficult. Those negative emotions are going to hit a billion times harder, simply because I've let them sit there for so long. Now, the entire point of this conversation right here is because meditation could completely fix that issue. I've been doing meditation for a little bit, even through little things that you don't even know are meditation. Boxing can be seen as meditation. Reading can be seen as meditation. Running can be seen as meditation. Exercising. A lot of things can be seen as meditation. The only issue is that we're using distractions to distract ourselves from that meditation. Recently, I've been doing a lot of things without any form of distraction. For example, I box without a phone or without a podcast in my ear, without music in my ear. I try to work out without music or without videos or anything, just so I can fully be with myself. And it's really difficult just to be with your thoughts and be alone with your thoughts, but I think at the end of the day, if you set aside that dopamine that you're going to get from a lot of other things and then focus on the now and of the way that you're feeling, you're going to see that as a lot more beneficial for you. And a lot of people don't even really know how to meditate. All it takes are the deep breaths. You breathe in, then you breathe out. And you keep doing that. You set your mind onto one set item so your mind doesn't linger. And it's okay if your mind does linger inevitably. With every single breath in that you take, you're thinking of all the things that you want to forget about, or all the things that you want to come at peace with. Then every single time you exhale, you're releasing those thoughts and you're letting go of those thoughts. It calms you down. You become less distracted. You become a lot less energetic and chaotic because you're centering your soul and you're putting your mind in a position where it's focused on one thing only, and the one thing are the logistics of any single situation. When you're feeling angry, you meditate and think, why was I angry about that? When you're sad, you get down to the logistics after you meditate, thinking, why did that make me sad and how am I going to grow from that? Every single emotion that you feel, you meditate, and in a sense, you're just releasing those thoughts, and you will forever release those thoughts if you meditate, and this will bring you to a happier place in life. But I think the biggest part of meditation is just teaching myself and having that discipline to be uncomfortable and put myself in a position where I am uncomfortable.